Mom, these are beautiful.
Oh, good. I knew you'd love them.
They're so soft. But seriously, how did you afford this? I mean, come on. I'm going to feel guilty wearing them.
No. Be silly. Actually, it's... Asa did the most incredible, wonderful thing. I'm still absolutely stunned by it, especially considering how rocky our employer-employee relationship has started out. But...
Why? What happened?
Okay. Honey, do you remember that heirloom diamond necklace I was so fond of? My favorite one.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Well, Asa bought it from Mr. Roger and gave it to me. Isn't that incredible? So naturally, I just turned around and sold it.
But wait a second. Didn't he give it to you to keep it? For good?
Well, yes. Honey, I'm sure I'm going to be able to buy it back someday, but in the meantime, I need the money.
It's very strange. I mean, it's very extravagant of Asa to do something like that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of romantic of him, in a way, don't you think?
Yes. When you think of it that way, the possibilities seem endlessly intriguing, don't they?
I wrote you a long letter yesterday, darling, and here I am making a tape for you today. I hope it shows how much I really miss you. It's so frustrating not to see you. I'm so far away. I just hope you understand if I could be there, I would be. The ship's got to go in for repairs, so I don't know how long before I see you. I'll keep writing. Kevin.
Grandpa, what ship are you going to get repaired?
No, Bo, I don't agree. You know, if we got that kind of positive reaction from people that just saw a rough cut, I mean, I think we're looking at big box office here, huh?
Yeah, but don't we have to remember that everybody there were friends, you know, members of the cast, the crew?
Wait, come on, Mr. Positive, will you trust me, please? Just... Yeah, well, where is Mr. Prompt? He's 15 minutes late.
I kind of doubt if he'll even show up.
Oh, no, he'll be here. This is his baby. Listen, did you ever find out why your father walked out of the screening right before the film ended?
No. Mimi just told me that he did, that's all. But, you know, Pa's not really the movie-going type. You can't base much on his opinion anyway. I'm kind of anxious to see what I missed, though.
Afternoon, Clay. Beauregard, I do hope that you're over yesterday's madness so we can have a nice, pleasant session today.
We're here to work, period.
You're in a room. It's quiet. It's peaceful. And suddenly tension rolls in as thick as fog from an angry sea. Boys, I don't know what kind of weird thing is going on between you two, but can we get beyond it, please? I mean, I'm running out of patience.
Forget it, little fella. Oh, forget it. Oh, Grandpa's got a lot on his mind. He's just snapping off. He don't mean it.
It's all right, Grandpa. I know you don't mean it.
Kevin! In the living room, Clint.
Daddy!
Ah, there you are. Hey, how's my boy?
How's my favorite dad?
Well, good. I'm getting along. Hey, you know, Kim's looking for you. She's got lunch ready in the kitchen.
Are you eating with us, Dad?
No, I gotta talk to your grandfather for a couple minutes, and then I gotta get back to work.
Can we call Mommy after lunch?
Well, sure you can. Sure. If she's home.
Oh, boy, Joey, let's go.
They don't even ask if they can come home anymore. They settle for a phone call.
We're going to talk about that, Clint. You see, you're not the only one dealing with frustration in this family.
What, something hassling you?
I don't know if you're going to like what I'm going to say, but I got to say it.
Go ahead.
I love my grandkids, you know that.
No, hell, Paul, you've been proving how much for the last couple of months now.
That's right. That's exactly my point. I was willing to take him in, put my life on hold with this crisis, this Niki Viki thing. But damn it, Clint, Niki is gone. The kids are still my responsibility. Why?
I understand, Pa. It's getting to be too much for you. Okay.
No, that's not it. I've been postponing a very important trip. I'm getting angry about it. There's certain things I must attend to.
Well, where are you going?
That's unimportant. You see, I don't know what the hell's going on around here. Those boys need their mother. She hasn't seen them in months. She denies them because of a lousy cold?
Look, Pa, if you're looking for answers from me, I don't have any. All I know is that something's wrong, something seriously wrong at my house.
Guess one does have to consider the possibility that Asa bought me that necklace because he's starting to fall in love with me. Doesn't one?
Oh, come on, Rob.
Why do you have that incredulous tone in your voice?
Well, look at Ace's track record. He always falls for these very young, gorgeous type of women.
Excuse me, I may not be young, but I certainly hope my charms are still alluring enough that I can attract any man I want.
I didn't mean it that way. I can't believe we're having this
I
conversation.
can't believe we're having it either. Gee, you're really great for my
Mom,
ego.
look.
I'm glad you dropped by today.
Look at it from Ace's point of view. I mean, he always, you know, he goes out with these very young kind of women to make himself feel young, right?
Exactly, and isn't that immature?
Well, yes, it is. So then why are you ignoring the history and deciding that he's falling in love with you?
Because maybe he's finally growing up. I mean, a lot of men do decide, yes, sure, a very, very young woman is physically attractive, but after a while, they find that they need some mental stimulation as well. Come on. Asa and I do happen to have a lot in common, and, we have been spending a lot of time together lately.
I thought you said that it was rocky between the two of you.
I meant our professional relationship was, certainly not our friendship. Why do you have that look on your face?
Because I'm listening to my intelligent mother talking herself into falling in love with Asa Buchanan.
Oh, wait, and are you implying I would be doing that just because of his money?
Well, I didn't say it, you did.
You don't have to say, I really resent that. Are you saying I'm some sort of a fortune hunter like Tina Clayton?
I never accused you of that. It's just that...
it's interesting. Ace is attractive, he is. He's still very much so. He's certainly a forceful, vibrant, powerful man. That's very attractive in a man. And, sometimes it does happen that two people who have, known each other for many, many years will suddenly find that there's a chemistry between them. You're right. I'm talking myself into something. It's a fantasy that really has absolutely no basis in fact.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, can I tell you why I actually came over here?
Yes, by all means do.
I got a letter from Jenny this morning.
Oh. What is it? Do they suddenly need help?
Now listen, you two managed to get through the filming without killing yourselves over Mimi, right?
Look, Clay, this has nothing to do with Mimi. All right, this has to do with your best friend stabbing you in the back.
Oh, for crying out loud. I mean, Bo, I think some of those oil fumes must have started to decay your brain or something.
No, you just wish that I wasn't on to you, but I am. See, there's no way you can get out of it, buddy.
How can you get out of someone's paranoid fantasy? It's all in your brain, buddy.
Yeah, I don't see how you could stand right in front of me and just lie.
Oh, you're so sure you got all the facts right, but you don't. You're wrong.
Oh, boys, excuse me. Don't mind me, but I'm just going to step over here to the old editing machine, start it up, and try and put a rough cut into a final print. Care to watch?
No, that's not why Jenny wrote to me, Mom.
Then what did she say in her letter?
Do you want me to read it to you?
Please.
Dearest Cassie, the honeymoon is turning out to be so incredible, Brad and I have decided to prolong it. Maybe for years.
I see. She's writing to you as if you don't know about her and David.
Yeah, of course. Then we'll put roots down wherever we end up. So the point of this letter is to tell you that you and Rob can take over the garage apartment at Llanview. I assure you we won't be back for a long, long time. Be sure and speak to Viki about this soon. Love to everyone, especially to you and Rob. Jenny.
Well, that is a very good idea about the garage apartment.
Isn't it? I was so happy that they had gotten away safely. I just feel like I'm reminded again now that I won't ever see them again.
Honey, what you have to bear in mind is that they're doing what they want to do. And that they're going to be happy, and most importantly, they're going to be safe. It's poor Brad now. I mean, when you come to think of it, you know, he's watched the only woman that he loves sailing off into the sunset with another man. I'm sure he's probably going to live to regret this incredible sacrifice.
Well, I hope he doesn't. I mean, I hope he feels good about everything that he did for them for the rest of his life.
So do I. You really do love a romance, don't you?
I think maybe I inherited it from you. I mean, after all, you have already pictured you and Asa walking down the aisle.
Oh, stop it. You know, it's the last time I confide anything in you.
Oh, I love you. Thanks for the boots, Mom. They're great.
I'm glad you like them.
They're great. Now, look, are you sure? Are you positive you don't want to return these and get the money instead? Because, you know, I know how
You know what I'm
things are
positive
for
and
you.
sure of? That I want to see them on your feet. All right? You take them, wear them in good health.
I will.
All right, honey.
See you later.
Okay. Oh, maybe I should have bought something for Rob, huh?
No, for Rob? He's got me. What else could he need?
Oh, you're terrible.
Bye. Bye-bye, sweetheart. I love you.
Well, I was up most of the night last night just thinking and drinking and thinking
Hold on.
and
Which did you
drinking.
do the most of?
Yeah, well, the thing is, Viki's becoming almost incomprehensible to me lately, and it's not just because we are not living together as husband and wife.
Well, to me, that is enough.
Yeah, well, to be afraid to see the boys. And another thing, she keeps getting rid of people. Paul, last night, I had a chill go right up the middle of my spine. I'm wondering if I'm next on the list.
Well, what the hell are you saying to me?
Right after Viki came home from the hospital, she wanted me to give Heron a vacation, said she didn't want him around.
Heron is part of Llanview, a big part of Vicky's life. The best damn butler I ever saw.
Yeah, well, she said she felt he was judging her or something. I don't know. He made her uncomfortable, so I give him the time off. But the next thing I know, Dr. Polk, he's an unwelcome person in her life.
Yeah, well, I know she wasn't seeing him, but you never explained to me why.
Well, I was keeping it to myself because of his reputation. Paul, one of the patients up at the sanitarium sent Viki a letter demanding $100,000 in blackmail money. Said that if she didn't get it to him, he was going to tell me that Niki and Dr. Polk were having an affair.
You've got to be kidding me.
I am not kidding, and I know the whole idea is ludicrous, but it scared Viki. It scared her enough that she went to the bank, took out $100,000 without telling me, and if it hadn't been for Tina, she would have probably paid the fella off.
This is insane.
Oh, Paul, are you forgetting something? My wife has not been the epitome of great mental health lately.
Sorry, wrong choice of words.
Yeah, well, anyway, I confronted Dr. Polk with it. Well, he was outraged. I mean, he was absolutely outraged. He swore up and down there was not a grain of truth to it, but Pa, Dr. Polk is not the kind of fella who would do something like that. He's not a quack who would take advantage of a patient. Well, Viki says she can't get the doubts out of her mind and that she can't trust him the way she once had.
And so you had to let him go.
Right. Well, suddenly last night she calls me into her room.
Her room.
Yeah, her room. I know, it used to be our room, but that's water under the bridge. But the reason she calls me into the room is she wants Tina to move out.
She is the one who insisted that Tina move in.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm not through yet. She begged me, Pa, she begged me to get rid of Tina for her. So this morning I sat Tina down and I start explaining to her that things aren't working out, she ought to move out of the place, she should get her own apartment, and guess what happens?
Beyond me, what?
Viki walks into the room, says she doesn't really mean it. What she really wants is for Tina to stay. I exploded.
Of course you exploded. Okay, get rid of Polk. But that lady needs help from somewhere.
Well, I don't know, Pa. I don't know. The only thing I'm sure of anymore is that I'm not sure of what's going to happen from one minute to the next.
But I know. You better get to the bottom of this, Clint, and damn quick.
Yeah. Dee Dee.
Hi. Gee, did you get a promotion since the last time I was here?
No, I'm just reading over a case while Ed's out. Do you want to see him or me?
No, I want to see you. The sergeant told me you were in here.
So how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay. So, what's on your mind?
Well, I need your advice. Do you have a couple minutes?
Sure. Sit down.
Oh, great, great. Well, lots happened recently. I have been fired and rehired by Jack Simmons.
Whoa, start with why he fired you.
Okay, he's roped off an area of Lord Manning's, Section B, and he posted a guard in front of it, and I kept on asking questions about it, and he wasn't answering me, so I decided to break in myself, and I got caught by the guard, and I got fired.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I know, and he says that he's spending money to renovate that area, and he also gave all of the workers 2 weeks paid vacation. Now, this is all money that I know Lord Manning doesn't have. Now, you tell me, what is going on there?
And he won't explain?
No, nothing. Well, buzzwords and double talk and everything like that. And then, this morning, he called me and he apologized to me and asked me to come back to work. Now, my ego loves this, right? And I show up for work. I feel like I'm indispensable. And turns out he doesn't even want me there in the first place.
Well, that makes even less sense.
I know, he's acting like he's angry that I'm back there, like he was forced to do it, but he won't say how or why. And for a while there, I thought maybe he was getting pressured by the other workers, but the few people that I questioned never knew that I was let go in the first place.
Well, maybe he figured the pressure would come, so he avoided it by bringing you back.
Well, I guess that's a possibility. But he still won't let me see the books. He won't let me get into Section B. So now I'm completely convinced that there's something illegal going on, except I can't prove it.
No evidence whatsoever?
Nothing.
Well, Dee Dee, then there's no way we can go in there and investigate.
Oh, I know that. That's why I'm here, for your advice, Rafe. How do I become a detective without getting caught?
Forget it, Dee Dee. You can't put yourself in jeopardy like that.
I don't have any choice right now. No, I'm asking for your advice so I don't go in there like some rank amateur and blow it.
I'm not going to let you do it.
On All My Children, they were the most unlikely couple.
I want you to stay away from me.
I think you kind of liked it.
Brought together by an uncommon crime.
You know, you really are something special.
It's too bad we have to go back to reality, isn't it?
Now they're caught in unbelievable trouble, and the chase is on. New York will never be the same after Tad and Dottie on All My Children, weekdays.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm sure glad I came here for your help.
Oh, Dee Dee, don't walk out of here. We have to discuss this.
All right, then let's discuss it without you barking orders at me, all right?
All right. I'll be patient. I will listen and talk. And please sit down again. Please. What exactly do you have in mind? Do you know?
Okay, well, I know that I can't get the police involved until I have evidence, right?
Right.
So, if you were able to go in right now, how would you proceed on this?
Well, we'd start with surveillance, probably, and get a court order
Can I write this?
Get a court order to bug his phone, his office, maybe put in a hidden camera.
That's perfect. Now, where do I get that kind of equipment? Don't shake your head at me like I'm naive.
Naive, stupid, I can think of other words that fit. Dee Dee, we train for this sort of thing. And furthermore, you'd be breaking the law doing it yourself.
Jack Simmons is breaking the law.
Dee Dee, please, just watch what goes on around you. Listen in on conversations. I'm sure you'll hear enough and see enough that within a few weeks you can come back here, we'll talk about it.
Now you're acting like Jack is the one who's stupid, that he trusts me or something. He's already suspicious of me. He's not going to reveal anything.
He's already suspicious? Well, that's wonderful. You're going to spy on a man after you've alerted him? But Dee Dee, what if he's dangerous? What if some of the people that he works with are also dangerous? People who couldn't care less about hurting you to reach their goals. You know, you're not thinking this thing through. You're just reacting because you're angry here.
I am being very careful.
Please don't do this. just because you turned down my marriage proposal doesn't mean I'm going to stop loving you. And I can't believe I'm listening to the woman I love talk about how she's going to get herself killed. Another woman that I love got herself killed by a desperate man, remember? And you expect me to sit here and quietly discuss this insanity? There wouldn't be anything left of me if the same thing happened to you that happened to Sam.
Brave, don't even think those thoughts. I'm sorry. I should have never come here with this.
You should never have thought of this at all.
You're right, I'm dumb, and I'm naive. I have no business playing detective. I know that. I have no business to go ahead with this. I'm so sorry.
You mean that? You don't usually back down so easily.
True. I'm not going to have you worry about me, not after everything you've been through with Samantha, okay? So, just forget that I was even here.
I love the fact that you came here. It's your purpose that I hate.
Well, then let's just change it to an impulsive visit, and you're doing fine, and I'll let you get back to work, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I read that Asa had a break-in in his office.
Yeah, and Bo tried to be a hero. How'd you like that?
I think he should have waited for the police to show up.
That's right. I'm glad to hear you say that. So you're just gonna listen and watch and gather your evidence that way, right?
Right. And be very careful.
Dee Dee.
Extremely careful.
Clint, when you first told me about Viki's problems, and Dr. Polk explained the multiple personality thing, you said that usually these people have more than two.
Very often that's the case, yeah.
Did you ever think that you could be dealing with a third personality, a woman who acts like Viki sometimes and has distinct different traits at other times?
Oh, wait a minute, Pa. I don't even want to think about something like that.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about it, Clint. See, I think I'm onto something. The Viki you know, devoted mother, loving wife.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, no interest in the kids or making love. And Viki's best friend, Jenny, she invites us to Llanview to have the wedding, and then Viki takes off to the mountains. What the hell are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? You can see what I'm doing.
Oh, Clint, I mean, what are you? It's 11 o'clock. You have to have a drink?
Just one, for Pete's sake. This theory of yours is making a wreck out of me.
Your wife's making a wreck out of you. That's why you're drinking.
Whatever. Go on with your theorizing.
Well, as Viki comes back with a weak excuse, a cold, to continue her celibacy and child neglect, and don't forget, she refuses to act as publisher of the Banner.
I'm not forgetting that. That's kind of hard to forget.
Hey, and dumps a butler who's been with her for years, a shrink on call 24 hours a day to help her, tries to get rid of Tina. Clint, that is not your Viki.
I know that, damn it.
Then it is an aberration, or it's Nicole Smith pretending to be Viki.
No.
What do you mean, no? How can you be sure of that?
I'm just sure, that's all. This cockamamie theory of yours is enough to drive me to a sanitarium.
You're right, I'll tell you something. You're getting very ragged around the edges. That's what I'm doing the thinking for. And here's what I'm thinking. We have got to smoke out this Nicole. You hear me? If she really is pretending to be Viki.
You're talking about conspiring against my own wife.
If your wife is really Niki, the conspiracy is against you.
Let's stay on Mimi's shock reaction here and then fade out. That'll be much better than cutting back to Gina.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So this is where the phrase left on the cutting room floor comes from, huh?
Yeah, stick around. You'll see how much of it winds up there.
The big climax. This is what I missed last night.
Wait till you see this, Beauregard. It is dynamite.
Hey,
what?
What happened here, Rick?
Must have broken.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, it's the end of the reel.
What?
Is it on the next scene?
No,
Next
wait a
reel?
minute. Wait a minute, the scene was on this reel.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure, I'm positive.
Hold it. Look at that. The film's been cut.
That's ridiculous, it was there last night. What the heck's going on? Don't tell me you lost the end of this movie. You know how much money it's going to cost to reshoot this scene?
Get excited, boys. We still got the negative.
You lost the end of the film.
We may have to reshoot it nevertheless. The negative's gone.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
You're watching KOMO TV 4.
That scene is not on that particular reel.
It's gone, that's all there is to it. I think I'm going to throw up.
Oh, come on, there's got to be another copy of it.
No,
right?
but he only took one take. I saw his notebooks. And if the neg is gone too...
Who would have done this? I mean, it's got to be deliberate.
Oh, come on, sabotage the movie?
I think someone's out to destroy me.
No, there's got to be another explanation.
Like what?
Now, wait a minute, wait. Nobody's checked the production office, nobody's checked the screening room from last night. This thing could have broken on the end of the reel last night. We laying on the floor of the projection booth, right now.
Yeah, but the negative's also missing. That's very unlikely. But we might as well take a look. It's a possibility.
I'll check it.
Now, wait a minute, I'll go with you. And if it's not there, we'll try the production office, and if it's not there, I'm going to blow my brains out. Well, I decided not to panic until we run out of places to look. See this smile? It's the smile of the man who's decided not to panic. Try it, Bo.
This some more of your handiwork? Woody, first you break into Ace's office, now you try to destroy my movie. What do you get, 2 Buchanans at once?
I'm sick of this. I've had it with you, Bo, and I'm about to punch you out!
You know, I can't wait until you try.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. O'Neill.
Yes, I guess it is a good afternoon, Dorian, at least for you. Congratulations.
Oh, did I win the lottery and I don't know it yet?
No, but you did manage not to lose it yet.
Oh, of course, you're talking about the postponement my lawyers got and the Lord versus Clayton, is it? Lord, that's right, that's the name she's using now. Nice to see you haven't lost your sense of humor.
I can't say I was surprised. Actually, I would have been shocked if there wasn't a postponement.
Well, I'm glad you don't mind because you're going to have to get used to it. It's going to get a bit repetitive.
Yes and no. But Dorian, you also know that sooner or later the judge is going to hear the case. And all your delaying tactics, they'll be for naught.
I've got time on my side. A fact which Tina, in her greed to take over everything that I own, has overlooked. Excuse me.
Dorian, look, I can understand you being a little bitter about the
A
lawsuit.
little bitter? Why don't you try enormously bitter? Then you'll be warm.
But why? I mean, Tina offered to settle at the beginning.
Yes, and I refused because I believed, and I still believe, I'm going to win.
I like your bravado. It's very charming.
Thanks, but it's more than bravado. It's facts.
Oh, come on, Dorian. If you had some facts, you would have presented them. Look, can we cut out this bickering? I hate it. I mean, I really do. And this is not a personal issue with me.
I'm sorry, it's true. It's, I'm having a little trouble separating you from your client.
That's too bad. You're a classy lady, and I'd really like to get to know you better.
Why? So you can discover some weaknesses that you can exploit later?
Just a very low opinion of you.
I have a low opinion of Tina. As I say, I'm having trouble divorcing the two of you.
Same trouble you're having with the divorce between Victor and Irene?
Oh, stop it, will you? It's a clever try, but, you know what I am going to be able to prove? Something that, when Tina finds out, she's going to think very hard before she tries to take over.
What might that be?
Okay, all right, guessing games. Why don't you try a deep, dark, terrible secret that she's afraid for any of us to find out. Yeah, then you'd be on the right track.
All right, I'll give you that much, Pa. Yeah, if Niki were pretending to be Viki, yeah, that would be a conspiracy against me. But I'm not about to set some kind of cheap trap for my wife.
Yeah? Why not, huh? You like being a victim?
Oh, just knock it off, will you? You come up with this cockamamie idea of yours as if it's worth the truth, and now you're ready to charge off and act on it.
Hey, somebody's got to act on us. They're going on too damn long.
Pa, the more I think about this, the more I'm convinced you are wrong. First of all, Niki is not capable of pretending to be Viki. They are two different people.
Really? What if Niki tried to learn to act like Viki, huh?
But you are still forgetting something. Viki does not have any memory of Niki, and Niki does not have any memory of Viki. It would be impossible for one of them to try and impersonate the other.
Nothing is impossible if you have motivation enough. What about the prospect of going back to that sanitarium? That's motivation enough for Niki to at least try.
Are you trying to tell me that I wouldn't even know my own wife?
It is not your own wife, not this version.
Look, Pa, Viki was practically destroyed by her own inner demons. Her faith in herself was obviously damaged. Right now, she is just a very frightened woman trying to take life one step at a time.
Clint, see, that's what you want to believe. You want to believe that Viki is Viki. But I'm going to say it again. What if it is not true?
I cannot deal with this. I just cannot deal with this.
I know you cannot deal with it. You're getting very ragged around the edges. I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to find out the truth.
No! I don't want you doing anything, Pa. Don't you realize what this would do to Viki? If she knew that it would just be another blow to her if she knew that I didn't trust her. If I would set traps for her, or my own father would set traps for her.
Well, I think we've got to take that chance.
No. I'm saying no. Flat no. Now, I appreciate your concern, and I know you think it's in my best interest. But, Pa, please don't go cooking up any schemes. I'm going to say goodbye to the boys and get to the banner. I'm late as it is.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, and as soon as Vicky's over her cold, I'll press her to bring the boys home.
You have to press her, she's a real mother.
Hi. The boys have asked me to take them to the movies. They want to know if you'd like to come along. What's the matter, Mr. Buchanan?
Have Adam take them. You and I have something to do.
Dorian, what deep, dark, horrible secret are you talking about?
Why don't you ask Tina about our last meeting? And while you're at it, relay the message that I am not going to rest until I find out all the facts about her sordid little past.
What are you doing, hiring a private detective or something?
That's exactly what I'm doing, yes.
Dorian, don't do that. I mean, that's very close to invasion of privacy. I'd really hate to hit you with a lawsuit for digging into her past.
Well, in fact, you just gave me a wonderful idea. I think I'll call a press conference and tell the press that she has some deep, dark secret and let them find out what it is. It'll save me an awful lot of money. Better yet, why don't you find out what it is? Because you know what, Pete? You might find out that she's not the sort of client you want to represent.
Come on, Bo, this is ridiculous. You and I have always fought on the same side, not against each other.
That's before I caught you breaking into Ace's office last night. Hey, you can fool a lot of people, buddy, but you can't fool me. I know you too well.
This is stupid!
Why don't you tell me something? How'd you survive after Vietnam? I mean, when you went out to Hollywood what did you do before you got your big break in the show business?
I attended, I pumped gas, I did a lot of odd jobs. I mean, why?
Because it's occurred to me. There's a lot of guys that we trained with that went to work for the National Security Bureau after the war. Yeah, what was that recruiting guy's name? What the hell was his name, huh? Captain Howard.
I don't remember.
I remember. His name was Captain Howard. He took the top guys out of every unit. He wanted to give them a chance to fight the war in a different way. Yeah, he talked to me, Woody. Talked to me a lot. I finally turned him down. What'd you do? Did you turn him down? Or did you enlist? Huh?
You never bothered to ask me.
Listen, I've not had it with your lies, Woody. You're either NSB or you're just a common thief. I want the truth. I want it right now.
You're gonna regret this. You've lived too soft a life since now.
The truth is, you're not as soft as I thought. Besides that, I don't have any truth to tell, buddy. So you got two choices. You can either break me in half, or you can let me go.
You just get on back to Hollywood. You edit this movie back there. Because I never want to lay eyes on you again. I don't know what happened to you from Vietnam to right now, but you've changed, mister. And it makes me sick. And you? Have you changed, Bo? Have you become a guy that would sell out his principles for money? Money! Yeah, you've always had plenty of that, right? Yeah, that's why it was easy for you to turn down Captain Howard, because you had it all waiting for you. Where did you get that? I'm telling you that it wasn't that way for me. And yeah, I joined the other army, the other war. And ever since I've been here in Llanview, I've been watching you for the NSB. This whole film, you came here, wanted me to co-produce just so you could set me up, just to get closer, is that it? No, it's not exactly. I mean, I had the film in process. The deals were being made when I was told I was to investigate you and Asa. So I decided to splice the two things together. But why? Why? What do they want to know about me? Why Asa? I mean, why should the NSB give two hoots about guys like us? And how could you tell me, huh? Hey, we hadn't kept in touch. Who knows what you might have become, Bo? No, I'm talking about after you got back here. When you got here and you saw it was me, I started feeling guilty, you know? Because I knew it couldn't be true. So I decided to stick around and prove it. And I kept trying to lie to you, but I had to tell you. And this puts me in an awful position, Bo. Very risky position. You have to promise me that you won't tell anyone, including Asa, what I'm up to. What are you up to, Woody? There's a new submachine gun. It's being produced on the East Coast. It's a technologically advanced weapon with pinpoint accuracy. A submachine gun? It's all because of a highly sensitive computer chip. Now, they're being produced piecemeal and then shipped overseas. Well, why would anybody think that two guys in the oil business would have anything to do with something like that, huh? Because 1,000 of these computer chips were found in a Buchanan-owned vehicle parked by the docks in Galveston. Your father have any desire to aid international terrorists? No, none. None. We're being set up, Woody. Oh, there's something else. The chips we've discovered are being produced somewhere here in Llanview, which makes it all the more incriminating, doesn't it? How could you believe something like that, though? For 1 second. I told you, I don't believe it about you. Now, I'm not so sure about Asa. My top priority right now is to find out where they're being made, and once I discover that, it'll lead us to who's ever responsible. I can't believe this. This is too incredible. I mean, here I'm minding my own business. All of a sudden, somebody comes in here and tells me that the NSB thinks that I've all of a sudden turned. I'm a traitor. Man, I'm a flag waver. I wouldn't be dealing with any terrorists. Yeah. Welcome to the real world, Bo. Now you know the truth. So that's why you were searching Ace's office? Huh? To find some kind of a clue that maybe he's a ringleader of this whole thing? Huh? But you didn't find anything, did you? No. Then again, I was interrupted. But seriously, you can't say anything about this to Asa. Nothing. You know, whether he's involved or whether he's being set up. My cover, the investigation, everything could be seriously jeopardized. Is that a deal? I'm sorry. I can't make any deals with you right now. Oh, buddy.
It's a no-go, guys. Film is definitely gone. And someone is definitely sabotaging us.
Well, that's great. And this that just makes for a real perfect day. Doesn't it?
And that guy didn't even care.
Hey, he cares. He's just got a lot of things on his mind, all right? So, what are we going to do?
Do you know how much money it's going to cost us to reshoot?
Yeah, I have some idea.
Yeah, well, your millionaire friend sure knows when to make an exit, doesn't he?
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought of something else. That guy, Brent, he's got another film. He's in California.
Yeah, well, that's going to take weeks, and waiting around weeks costs money. Yeah. Well, at least Mimi isn't caught up with anything right now.
Look, you know, maybe we're being too frantic for no reason. Now, maybe this is just somebody's idea of a practical joke.
Oh, yeah, sure, and film will magically reappear again. How well, you just try and hold that thought, Mr. Woodward. I'm going upstairs to my room to call the police.
May I help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for a very specific kind of camera. It's got to be real tiny and not obvious and be able to work in low light.
The most popular model is this one. They say it's what the espionage agents use.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's perfect. That's perfect. I also need a tiny little cassette recorder. So what do the espionage agents use for that?
Okay, I've got Adam to take the boys to the movies. What is it you'd like me to do?
Kim, have you ever met Nicole Smith?
Mrs. Buchanan's alternate personality? No, sir, never. Why?
See, I think she's alive and living at Llanview pretending to be Viki. Kim, let me ask you something. You know how much Viki loved the boys? You have any reason why she hasn't sent for them before now?
Well, I have to admit, I've had a very hard time with that. Ever since she left the hospital, I've wondered.
Yeah, but Nicole Smith would not want the boys around for one reason. She doesn't know them. And second, she couldn't pretend because she has no idea how to be a mother.
Well, I guess it makes more sense than Mrs. Buchanan keeping them away. But what do you have in mind?
We're going to set a trap and spring it on her.
I couldn't possibly trap Mrs. Buchanan.
No, Kim. Not Viki Buchanan. The imposter who is living there. Now, I'll tell you, it's just a simple little plan. We go to Llanview, we see Viki, you adore her, she adores you, she embraces you in her arms, and you say hello. But if it's Nicole Smith who does not know you, then we know one thing. There is an imposter as the mistress of Llanview.
Tonight at 8, 7 Central, it's happy days for Mona when she inherits a fortune on Who's the Boss. Then stop the presses. Carol wants to be a reporter, but she's making headlines in the household on growing pains. Tomorrow, Nick and Mackie go undercover to get the truth behind a gang slaying on The Insiders.